Hello everybody, this is a 4-minute or less update. Here are the parts that I'm going to make my tail wheel out of. And when it was done, it looked like this. Which I tell you everybody, this is super sexy, super cool. It turned out fantastic. But let's dive into how I kind of did this. I'm calling the top part that the pivot goes in the trunnion. Okay, so right there, I cut off a piece of that 1-inch steel that had a, gosh, I think it was a 1/2 inch inner diameter. Here is some brass that has a 3/8 inch inner diameter, and I turned it into a bushing that would slide into that 1/2 inch inner diameter of the trunnion. So the left part is what I'm calling the trunnion in this video, and the right one is a bushing. So of course I machined 2 bushings so that they could slide into this, and it was a little bit of a press fit. I didn't want much slop. And here's the 2 bushings that I machined, and that's just brass. And the center part is 4130 chrome moly. Here's a piece of 3/8 inch shaft that I put some threads on. Here are some other parts coming together where it's going to actually be the pivot device, or whatever you call that. I can't remember what they call it. I did put the bolts on the end of some of these to have a bigger welding surface. So as I welded this together, you can see the bolts down there, and it gave me more footprint to weld this to. And of course, I'm going to test the crap out of this to make sure this thing doesn't bend. The AirBike calls for 3/8 inch shafting there, and that's what I'm using. Here you can see I've already put the control horn on and welded it on. And that's very first fitting of putting the trunnion onto the pivot part of the axle, not the wheel axle, but the pivot. And I tell you everybody, this is super, super exciting how well this turned out. And I did multiple passes with the welding because I had some a V cut into all the metal so that I was actually filling up this void here. And that's my trunnion now welded onto the tube that slides onto the spring, which is the tail spring. Here's all the parts laid out before I assembled it into the trunnion. And there it is with the trunnion welded to that, what I'm calling the trailing tube, which slides onto the spring that's on the back of the AirBike. And here's a couple of different photos of it. You can go to my Facebook and see the high-res pictures of this. It just turned out really, really cool, everybody. I mean, I'm just super duper excited how well this turned out. And here it is on the AirBike. And the AirBike calls for a 4-inch tail wheel, which looks kind of small, but you know, that's what they're all flying around with. Now I'm going to put a pull-pull on this instead of that push-pull rod. So this will be a pull-pull chain and spring. And as you can see, it looks really kick-ass. So that's pretty much this video, everybody. I'm trying to keep all my videos under 4 minutes. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe and have an awesome day, everybody. Rock on and take care.